Well, hey guys, I'm Chris with the Legacy team. Good to see you again. I'm here today with Lowell Sunderman over here, I believe in Florida. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, where exactly in Florida are you guys located, Lowell?
We're in Central Florida. It's about an hour north of Orlando.
That's awesome. So today I'm going to be asking Lowell some questions. We're going to dive a little deeper about what he's currently doing right now and some of the exciting things that they're doing with their legacy CNC machine as well. What do you spend most of your time doing today?
I'm involved pretty heavily with the wood shop. My involvement with the Woodworking Technology Department as manager of that group has worked out well.
So, what does that group actually involve? Is that like a what are they called, a makerspace kind of location? Is it something like that, or is it different?
Yeah, it's different. We're not a makerspace. We are a club, and you have to be a member of the villages, own property in the villages, have an ID card, that type of thing, to be able to be a member of the club. And we are a club. The expectations you come here to help each other. We
Gotcha.
do use the concept of makerspace and how and we have a makerspace account where you can use that process to be able to take your design from home on a free piece of software and bring it into a licensed machine at one of our two shops. Uh, is a great thing. I mean, it's built perfectly for our needs, and we use that extensively. It's a good asset.
That's
So
great.
so we are a club and not a makerspace.
Yeah, and that's perfect. So you're able to limit it to just the residents in that local area, but you give them access to skills and it sounds like training and equipment to pursue woodworking capabilities or skill sets if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, we have a lot of talented people within our club. Um, the old story, it takes a rocket scientist to do this. Well, so happens we have a rocket scientist in our club. He was one of our members is a retired rocket engineer for NASA. So anyway, there's a lot of talent within the retired community down here.
How many people are members of that group right now?
Yeah, we have 1,700 members. The villages has a population of just over 151,000 people.
Now, how long has the this group been around? When did it start?
Yeah, the club was formed in 2004,
Okay.
um, and we now just opened up a year or so ago our second shop. We have two shops. We have one that's an 8,000 square foot shop and another one that's a 10,000 square foot shop. Roughly, those are the numbers that we use. Equipped with all the fine machinery you could expect to have in a shop, including a Maverick machine, which is certainly a special addition to our shop.
Yeah, I see it right behind you, right there, the Mavic 3x5.
Yeah, that's our machine. That one moved into our shop in December of 2020.
Gotcha. What type of projects are you guys building with the equipment right now?
Yeah, it's a wide range of stuff, but the common things that we see come off the CNC machine are like signs. Um, we've we've had a kind of reputation of adding jute drains to cutting boards.
I see for like
Sometimes
butchery, like a
that,
meat cutting board specifically, that type
yeah,
of
yeah, anything that's
machine.
going to be that kind of a thing where you might want a grease pocket for it.
Gotcha.
There's some V carve. We currently have had just finished some user group meeting about V carve and inlay in general, but how to do V carve inlay. And I did a sample years ago of a clock with a V carve inlay. I personally have done a rocking horse for my great grandson, done totally on the CNC machine. The legs of the horse have tendons on them that go into mortises on the base frame. The name on the rocker is bolted on in a special with threaded fasteners, so that the next child that gets to use it, I can replace it and put a new name on the horse. That's kind of cool to be able to do that. I did a chair, a bench for that now sits in the entryway to one of our shops as for our visitors and for those that come to the shop. But it also was done on the CNC machine, totally done on the CNC machine with all three stations. The backrest on that bench leans back 8 degrees,
Uh-huh.
and in order to do that, my spindles that support that backrest. One end of the spindle has an 8 degree tenon on it, so I kind of enjoy taking that around to my traditional workers and say, "Can you make one of these for me?" Well, what I did is use the vertical vise and was able to make a little homemade fixture to hold the spindle at 8 degrees and then have it turn that tenon at 8 degrees.
That's
But
great.
that's just something you don't do in a lot of other operations. It was kind of a neat little thing on that project.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you
No,
were
you're
asking.
no, you're good. That's that's a valid point that you're finding some really unique solutions with the machine that can't be done any other way. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
we have a toy department that makes about 10,000 toys a year. They work all year long. There's a bunch of elves that's really doing their thing. So when they were doing it with little jigs and patterns and whatever, they were experiencing about 40% reject rate. Well, when we learned of that and worked up a way that those critical holes are made on the CNC machine, and then that's on a blank, and then that blank can be turned into either a alligator or a bunny or the three or four different animals that they use. But the mechanism that makes the pull toy work are cut in a way where there's virtually no waste. It's perfectly drilled to work properly.
That's incredible. 40% wasted parts to almost none.
Um, yeah, and if it's waste, it's usually not because of the CNC stuff. It's something else wrong with it.
Gotcha. When someone is interested in learning about CNC in your group, how are you instructing them if they know nothing about CNC?
Yeah, we have extensive training to bring this whole idea of a CNC machine into a club that was traditionally older, non-computerized people. Was a bit of a challenge. So we kind of had to get through that. But to make it a success, we needed to make sure that we had a very good safety record and that we weren't busting the machine and being an expensive machine that's going to take a lot of repair and costs and things like that. So we're very intense on proper training and things. So a person to become an operator, first of all, takes for a CNC machine, takes 2.5 days of training. Then in order to get actually certified and to be able to use the machine, you have to spend time with a instructor. And we have gone to great extent to make a very properly prepared checklist, not a learning tool. It's not instructions of how to do this. It's do this. We discourage memorization of the procedure, and we want the operator to do every step, whether they think they know what they're doing or not. It's often that people say, "Oh yeah, I forgot that step. It was on the checklist," you
No,
know.
I make that mistake, and I've run those machines hundreds of times. So yeah, I understand.
Yeah. That's a strict rule for us, and they know that they just have to do that, and only until we're comfortable that they know how to use a checklist do they get certified to run the machine on their own.
Well, that's great. So you're able to take someone who has probably no woodworking experience, and you now have the support, training, expertise, and looks like pretty much live coaching to bring them to any level of skill set that they wish to be at. And you have that all established in that group. If you guys are interested in learning more about Lowell's group, if you're in that local area as a resident, what was the name of the group one more time, Lowell?
We're the Villages Woodworking Club. We have a website that's, I think I'll get it right, it's www thevwc.org.
Perfect.
And
I'll put that here. I'll put that live right here so you guys can click on that or view that.
appreciate
And
that.
hey,
Hey,
not a problem at all.
well, if you're down to Disney World, whatever, we're an hour away. If you're interested, we have uh, you're able to take tours from a safe overhead viewing windows, and would be happy to share what we're doing if you're interested.
That's great. As always, thanks again, Lowell, and we'll see you
All
next
right.
time.